In today's blog, we discussed does a fixed price agreement actually exist in the building industry. I think you'll be surprised. And as you can imagine, if your budgeting is based on a fixed price to build your house and you have price overruns, well, you can be in a whole pile of trouble. Klaus, I'd like to talk to you about fixed price contracts. Now, there's a general understanding or belief that a fixed price contract is exactly that. But you and I know that that's not quite the case.
Yeah, well, there's a perception that it's a fixed price contract, but there are loopholes within the contract.
Such as?
Rock. So rock could cost a lot of money. If you hit a big pile of rock and all your plumbing goes underneath the slab, it could cost thousands of dollars.
To remove?
Absolutely, and to dig your trenches to put your plumbing in. So that's one.
It's not included in the price, generally speaking?
No, that's why it's a loophole. And then rise and fall. So in other words, you're in a volatile marketplace. The cost of building just skyrockets upward. It never happens downward, by the way.
Yeah, it's a rise.
They don't all of a sudden drag the price down. But if all of a sudden it costs you 40% more to build the home, if that part of the contract isn't striked out,
you're going to be paying
absolutely.
40%
You're going to be
more.
charged. You're going to be charged the extra. So I suppose don't be concerned about putting a strike through the contract.
I was going to say, so how do you protect yourself against that?
Well, when the contract's being put in front of you, strike that. Don't be scared. Strike
rise
it out.
and fall.
Yeah, strike out the rock clause. Just say, you want it allowed for. You want it to be a fixed price. You don't want any surprises.
Okay.
And you know what? As a builder, I don't want the surprises. I don't want to have to come to you and tell you your home's going to cost you another $10,000 more.
Avoid surprises. Read the contract carefully and cross out anything in the contract that will expose you to unforeseen expenses. At McCarthy Group, we don't like surprises either. So call us and talk about ensuring how you can really get a fixed price building agreement.